Today we are taking a look at some insane endgame builds you need to try in PoE 2 0.3 update. Coming up, we have a poison Pathfinder from Dreamcore, a super fast Titan from KingKongor, and a cold Chronomancer from PaintMaster. So let's get into it. Starting off with Dreamcore's Gas Grenade Pathfinder build. So this build makes use of the unique gloves Plague Finger to utilise flat elemental damage on the crossbow and flat added elemental damage on the ring slots. This allows us to reach significantly higher levels of flat damage compared to pure physical scaling, which when combined with Sakawal's Runes of the Sky, or however you say that word, socketed into our weapon provides an insane base of damage to scale our poisons from. Gas Grenade is the skill of choice though due to its high damage effectiveness for applied poisons. We then make use of Pathfinder's Poison Proliferation Contagious Contamination to help improve clearing and perhaps more importantly the overwhelming toxicity Ascendancy Notable, which doubles our maximum poison count from 3 up to 6. This combined with heavy investment into poison magnitude, attack damage and some dipping into critical hit scaling, we can massively scale our poison damage overall. Making use of Toxic Domain for extra single target, we link this to escalating poisons to reach up to 8 poisons for bossing. Defensively, we'll use Wind Dancer and Ghost Dance for fairly standard evasion and energy shield scaling, which you'll see being a solid option in many builds so far in 0.3. To scale damage even further, we have Despair to lower enemies' chaos resistance and Wither application from Withering Presence. We also use some cool weapon swap tech here to make Despair strong with Curse Magnitude and Area of Effect scaling and Curse Carver in the second weapon set. But also on the weapon swap, some of our points are spec'd into crit and spell crit combined with Effigy of Cruelty in the second weapons to cause our Dark Effigy totem to inflict critical weakness, making our Gas Grenade have a higher base crit chance. To explain it a bit better visually, a gas cloud that spawns from a critical hit grenade will inflict crit poisons every 2 seconds for its full duration. So as you can see here in this Arbiter footage, the boss starts taking a huge amount of damage right before he starts jumping around. This build has amazing clearing with Contagious Contamination, crazy ramping damage and solid defenses through its gear. So if you're already fed up with Deadeye builds left, right and centre, give this one a try. Next up we have KingKongor's super fast Titan warrior build. This build is all about zooming all over the place with up to and beyond 165% movement speed. If you think warriors are bad, then you need to give this build a go. You will destroy bosses and easily clear maps whilst running at ridiculous speeds. And the instant leech makes you super tanky at the same time, so as long as you stay on your toes and avoid loads of massive explosions, you can't really go wrong here. This build has screen-wide clears with huge AoE damage from Stampede, and the move speed along with a bit of attack speed is what makes Stampede feel so silky smooth to play around. This build is enabled with a Polky ring along with a bit of flat cold damage on your ring and gloves and some cold damage support gems to allow you to blow up entire screens with Herald of Ice. For single target pinnacle bosses, you can use Rolling Slam combined with Forge Hammer and Infernal Cry alongside Shockwave Totem, which gives rage and burns armor, but typically the boss is already dead by the time the armor is gone. You can switch Atalui's Bloodletting between Stampede and Rolling Slam whilst bossing, as you can only have one. Thanks to Astramentis, we can get a high level Herald of Ice for clearing and a companion for attack speed and more movement speed. We then have Constricting Command, which gives even more damage, attack speed and block chance. Alongside that, we'll aim for Chernobog's Pillar for yet again more damage on top, which gets converted to cold because of a support gem called Embitter. The build is fairly easy to put together and the weapons are easy to craft. However, although it might look simple, it's insanely fun to play around with. Finally, for defensives, there's also a pretty ridiculous Wind Dancer tech that when mobs hit you, the entire screen explodes. So let's watch KingKongor demonstrate this to give you a bit more of an idea.
Alright, new Wind Dancer tag. So what you need is a Chernobog, you need a Polky, and then you need Wind Dancer, ideally with Embitter, Elemental Armament, Cold Penetration, Cold Attunement. We've tested it with a 500 physical weapon and it worked. All you gotta do now is just run around and shit around you just dies.
Then last but not least we have PaintMaster's cold Chronomancer Sorceress build, aka Recoup God. This extensive flexible build guide has 3 different setups and tons more combos and variations, but in this one we'll be focusing on the main variation, the expensive Recoup setup. This cold caster Chronomancer is based around stacking life and mana recoup past 100%, making you recover more life than you take and more mana than you spend. You can still die if you receive one too many hits at the same time, or if there's those debuffs that can cut your recovery, but honestly you'll rarely get one shot. The DPS is absolutely insane, because if you've got everything you need, you can essentially cast non-stop and don't really need to dodge much either. Its clearing power is very impressive, with Frostbolt destroying everything by itself thanks to Quick Sand Hourglass and the new support gems. Plus, not to forget the Snake Pit Ring, which prevents Frostbolt from piercing and allows it to explode, which deals tons more damage. This also causes Frostbolt to split into 2 projectiles after it first hits, and then each of those will explode on the next hit as well. For big difficult bosses, there's also the optional use of Time Freeze to completely stop them for around 10 seconds, which gives us plenty of time to take them down without too much trouble. The core item of this build though is Skuld's Bridal Helmet, which causes damage taken equal to mana cost, which effectively makes our mana infinite as long as we have over 100% mana recoup, which is easy enough to reach. It also uses Sacrosanctum Body Armor to make life recoup work for energy shield recoup as well, giving us some extra defensive power. As you can tell, there's a lot of specifics when it comes to gear and crafting options with this build that helps it all come together. So make sure you check out the full guide to see all of PaintMaster's recommendations. Well, there you have it. That's 3 endgame builds for you to try in PoE 2 0.3 update. Thanks again to the creators that helped us out with this video, and make sure you show them some love over on their socials, which you can find in the description below. Thank you all for watching guys, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.